Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's jonyfraze. Recently I modded the Sega Virtuo Stick Pro, also known as the HSS 0130. It's made for the Sega Saturn back in '96, and I also made a mini cab around it. It's a DIY project that I want to share with you guys. It got a lot of attention on social media, and I had a lot of requests for people asking how to build it. So this is what we're going to do for this video. As far as tools, started with safety, some ear protection, eye protection, gloves, a dust mask for any particles. This is a straight edge ruler to help me template as well as to cut straight with my jig saw, circular saw, electric drills, routers, electric screwdrivers, and you'll just see some of the finishing things like sanding material, glue, and definitely some paint. If you have access to something like a belt sander, this would help smooth things out. I had to cut a couple holes with this drill press and made most of my big cuts with that miter saw right over here. Now, if you have access to bigger tools like a table saw or a table router, definitely help, but it's not really required. As far as materials, I use primarily MDF and some plywood, as well as just some extra boards to construct everything. I'll put a list in the description for you guys to check out, as well as some rough costs for the overall project. Alright guys, so I'm going to go over the rough plans for the design. Now, what I had done for you guys is broken it down into two views to help you really get a idea of the composition. So it's a side view and the front view. And I also color coded all the parts to make it super easy for you guys to understand how it comes together. Alright, I want to start with the side view, and it's the exploded view with all the parts kind of laid out. And the first piece that I wanted to highlight was the side panel. So I designed it so that you can get basically both side panels from one 4-foot by 2-foot MDF board, right? And if you look here, it's basically lays it out all for you as far as the measurements. It's 11 inches of a base, 45 inches high, and then you'll get all the little angles and cuts right over here, which I showcase for you guys. You know, very detailed so you guys can understand. And again, this is all varied. You guys can change it, you know, do what you want to do, but this is what I did to kind of put everything together. Alright, the next thing that I wanted to show you was the base, right? It's blue right over here, and basically it's 25 by 15, and this is in inches, right? So 25 by 15. And the first thing I want to point out is that you can make it whatever you want. If you just want to make a box, that's cool. I recommend you kind of make a little cabinet so you can put your consoles in it, but essentially it's just a box that you're building. And again, this is the side view. The front view is going to be a little bit different because the width will vary based on the monitor that you use, right? Okay, so moving on is the platform that's going to sit right on top of the base to hold your fight sticks, or if you want to make a custom control panel. I did 13 inches, you know, from left to right. Again, this is a side view, keep that in mind. So I did 13 inches, that's what worked for me. You can make it, you know, protrude a little bit further out. You can make it more shallow, but that's what I had done. And then the foot, it's basically cut from a 2x4, actually a 1x4. It's 1 inch thick and then 4 inches high. And then I basically did a 24-inch cut, and then put a little bit of the angles over here, so it's 19 from the right to the left, so you can measure that out exactly as here, or you can round it out. Again, do what you want to do, but that's the basic idea. Now, the side view assembled is where it all comes together, so you basically see everything composed together, where you're going to bolt everything down or screw everything down. The one thing I do want to note is that the foot is, you know, basically the most outer piece if you're looking at it, right? And then the base basically just butts right against it. And because there's a little bit of a ledge, like where my mouse pointer is, there's a little bit of a ledge here, you can actually rest the side panel right on top of it. So that's going to sit flush to the back, right? You see the little cutout over here, I'm sorry, the outline I have over here, that's basically showing you where the base would sit behind, and then the side panel will go right over. And then very simply, the platform just kind of goes right on top over here for you to kind of put your, you know, your stick or control panel. So very simple, just to kind of show you guys how that's laid out. Now the front view, again, this is where the width will vary based on the monitor that you use, right? So I'm talking about this left to right space, this white space right in the middle. Again, here's all the pieces that I use. It's all color coded. And these pieces right here, these are going to be like your front panels or the support panels that you guys use. So if you want to make like a vase mount, you could do that. You can kind of just have it rest on a platform. I'm talking about the monitor. You can have it rest on a platform. Whatever you guys want to do is up to you. Just measure it all out. And also, you know, also measure the distance so that the panel, the display panel is flat with the border right over here of the sides. So it's all for you guys to do. You know, that's all based on the monitors that you use, and you know, and how you want it to look overall. This front panel here, again, it's kind of just like a cover. You can even cut out holes for speakers if you guys want to get fancy. You can maybe add a little bit of a ledge like I did to put a marquee on there of some sort, or maybe like instructions for the game that you want to play. Whatever you guys want to do, but you just designed this front panel based on the monitor. So if you look over here on this right side, you know, I put a 24-inch monitor. You know, there's a little bit of the bezels, and then like you'll see the front panel that's hiding everything. Here's a mock fight stick that goes on top, a 2-player stick or your control panel. And then what I had done is I made a marquee that's made out of acrylic and just some plywood that I just painted up, and there's a LED light shining on it to kind of make it pop. So that's basically it, guys. I'm gonna make this PDF available to you guys totally free. I'm gonna have a link to my Dropbox so you guys can download it. Feel free to use it as a base for your project. Feel free to alter it, use it, share it. The only thing I do ask for is that whatever you create with it, just tag me. Use my social media tag that you see in the top right over here. Just tag me on your project. I love to see this stuff. You know, hopefully you can make a little project with your family, with your friends. So that's the only thing I ask for, guys. So as you guys can see, I added a couple accents, some Astro City stickers, 100 yen, instruction cards, just random stickers I had. You'll also see how I did the marquee, just acrylic mounted on some plywood. I also have an LED light shining through. The way the cables go through to the consoles is basically through a hole, and it opens up through the cabinet. You can see the cables there, and there's all the consoles and games and just general storage. Alright guys, hopefully this helped. If you liked the video, please give me that thumbs up. Sub to the channel if you like the content. I'm going to keep banging stuff out if you keep supporting. Do appreciate it. Until next time, catch you later guys. Peace.